African Democratic Congress ADC has asked President Bola Tinubu to reverse the emergency rule he declared in Rivers State, saying it is unconstitutional and undemocratic. The party chairman, Ralph Oke-Nwosu, who stated these during the party's National Executive Council (NEC) meeting in Abuja on Thursday, also condemned Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's suspension and asked Senate President Senator Godswill Akpabio to recall her. Wosu, who paid tributes to the two late elder statesmen, Chief Edwin Clark and Pa Ayo Adebanjo, said the void created by their passing remains deep and wide. He added that they had forewarned Nigerians about recent undemocratic events in the country. On the state of emergency in Rivers and Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan's suspension, he said, "Today, however, we owe our democracy and the people of Nigeria a sacred duty, which is to call President Bola Tinubu to immediately restore the elected government of Rivers State to office without any delay." He said Nigerians cannot allow a few men to continue to bring the nation of over 200 million men and women to ridicule. Reflecting on the demise of Clark and Adebanjo Nwosu, who described recent events in Nigeria as tragic, said, "These two men forewarned us." He continued, "Unfortunately, we allowed the voodoo spell of a few to overshadow this great country, even in a democracy. If we were a military regime, it would have been a different cup of tea." Well, Frank, I would like to get your take as regards to this development from the ADC urging Tinubu to reverse the emergency rule in Rivers State. I mean, 2 weeks ago, the president declared a state of emergency in Rivers State, and so far there have been lots of condemnation from various people, ranging from the opposition parties as well as other prominent figures in Nigeria. Let me get your take as regards to this.
Well, the ADC party chairman was right, considering the issue of constitution. But in this part of the world, unfortunately, our politicians or political leaders don't follow the law. They follow their mindset to protect their political ambitions. And that's what's playing out. Ordinarily, considering the clamor, the hue and cry of Nigerians, that there is a miscarriage of our constitution based on the pronouncement
made by the president,
about what has been imposed on Rivers State. Ordinarily, there should be a reversal. There should be a reversal. It's not that the president is weak. No. Because if all of us say, "Oh, we have sworn to protect the law of the land, the constitution," and you are the one causing breach of the constitution. Ordinarily, we don't need a soothsayer. We don't need to. But because this will, in a way, will protect his political interests. Because all of what we're discussing today is not about our constitution.
All right.
It's about our vested interest in politics, what we should get. If not our president should have, by this time around, even considered the aberration.
All right, Frank.
And also, in a way, without even considering what the world will say. And then we withdrew.
All right, so you're saying that the president's move is to protect his personal interest.
Before.
What exactly do you mean? I mean,
his political interest. Sorry, the president is a human being. He has interest.
Okay.
But your interest is at a variance with the constitution of the Republic of Nigeria.
Are you saying that his interest is not for the people? Is it a personal interest?
I have not personal interest, political personal interest.
How do you mean? Because from everything he said...
What we are saying, forget about what he said. I listened to his broadcast. The problem was so personal, as if he has a personal problem with...
What he said was for him to curb any violence that might erupt, a potential violence that might erupt. Looking at what happened, what transpired in Rivers State, the pipeline and all of that, the pipeline explosion and all of that. So he said that he had to, take up these steps in order to make sure that peace and order is being restored in Rivers State.
God bless you.
All right.
For over 20 years in this country, the pipeline, human beings killed on a daily basis. Which one is so important? Is it? I heard in this country that the life of Nama is better than the life of human beings. That's what I hear in this country.
All right.
That if you kill a nama, I won't call cattle. If you kill a nama, lives will be brought down. Is that what you're saying? I do journalism. The issue of River State is political, which has not even led to what we call killing of people or destruction of any asset of the federal government. But that day, let me also tell you this: I was on the road. I was at the houses where that thing happened. The River State Police Command, through its PRO, said it had been brought under control, and 2 men were arrested in course of the incident. And about 10 hours later, what we hear is state of emergency. Oh, the intelligence gathering. So let me tell you, in Nigerian society, if you have intelligence information that something will be done somewhere, what do? You dip at the board. You send security agencies, both secret and public, to see how to stop whatever will happen. But this has not happened. And we are saying, see, our laws are not bad. Well, but what is bad in this country is that we go against our laws, and that make our laws to be bad. But ordinarily, let me also tell you this: like I'm a human being. I have my own intuition of what is happening. What we are saying today is not about Rivers people. It's about protecting the future political aspiration. But ordinarily, Mr. President has the right, I would say the right, and privilege to call both parties. But let me tell you, the underhand dealing is about the resources of River State. And today we are also seeing it. So it's not about that. It's not about we want to forestall, we want to stop crisis. My president, I know, can call whosoever that is involved. If we both phone call, he can call the governor. Me, I cannot call governor.
Okay.
He can call governor. Come, please, 2 of us. Please, 3 of us. We don't need even round table discussion. Whatever we are discussing today, which we have our fellow lawyers, our constitution will be overflowed and it's dead.
All right.
So when you got any constitution, session this, session that,
Frank,
it's about the people who do not want this, even the laws.
All right.
To speak for us.
Okay, Frank, there have also been other controversies that state of emergency is also linked to the rifts between the governor and Wike, the disputes they have.
Who is Wike? Who is Wike?
The former River State governor, FCT minister. So they are saying that this issues is as regards to that.
I will respond.
Okay, these are what so many people are saying, right? But don't you think that because as it is now, a lot of people are pushing the blame to the president. Don't you think that the governor would have also reached out to the president and say, okay, I need a state of emergency considering the facts that this is what is going on in River State, or probably say, or tell the president about the feud they have, between himself and the Wike, so that they will see a way of curtailing these issues, and probably wouldn't have had an emergency.
I want to speak as a passionate human beings.
Okay.
Without political undertone.
All right.
Sorry. I listen to the broadcast of Mr. President. I don't see any iota of honesty. It shows that it's like you have a personal hatred with the governor, which ought to be so. For me, whatever that was played out in River State is political.
Okay.
Not even about the law, not about the people. Because the issue of government, let me tell you, Caesar, with by intelligence report we have. Today, some Nigerians are in the hand of I think we are forgetting about Leah Sharibu. I think if all of us are forgetting, he's a human being. We are forgetting about Leah Sharibu. We can make the federal government of Nigeria, Mr. President, to say, in 24 hours, I want Leah Sharibu to be found. Today, it has become a myth. It has become a story for the gods. And that's the country we are living. When the masses' interests are at stake, you don't say anything. But then when the interests of the political leaders are at stake, they will use every arsenal at their disposal to make sure their interests are protected. So that's my worry. My worry is that Mr. President is not about issue of emergency imposition. It's about tackling, like you asked me, about Wike. Wike is a serving minister under or in the government of Mr. President. If there's a feud between Wike and Governor Sim, that is the onus of the government is on the president to call them together. Say stop. It's not about the 8-point agenda. We have seen the 8-point agenda. But now that this has lingered, I am not in support of evil.
All right.
But the issue is that the president has the right, as a leader of the country, who has sworn to protect life and property. But when they are hiding under, there was this, this position was to stop crisis in River State. Let me tell you, the negative information going out of River State, based on this, is that River State is at war. River State is even worse than Zamfara, which is not true. Okay. Are you hearing me?
All right.
That's the negative information is going out from River State.
The ADC.
And like the president that the Southern has come to say, he said it, that Port Harcourt is peaceful.
All right.
So why the sudden declaration of a state of emergency in River State and removal of the governor, which is from what I've gathered, lawyers, but I don't know who to believe. It's not constitutional. It's to avert crisis. When kidnappers are kidnapping people everywhere, my president should have declared state of emergency on kidnapping, on food insecurity, on flood. That has not been done because to protect their empire is what they are doing. I don't care what happens to me tomorrow. I'm a human being. I'm about to die. So when you know what is happening, it's not about the interest of the people. It's their political interest.
Frank, I mean, you're just giving your honest opinion.
It's right, my honest opinion, which I am following. And
that does not mean that your opinion will take your head.
I have not accused anybody. No, I'm sorry to you that.
Yes, you've not accused anybody.
Olebri in Bayelsa State.
All right.
Where oil was struck in commercial quantity.
Okay.
What has happened? The president should have declared emergency on infrastructure development in Olebri as a landmark for posterity. But what happened? We are like lampooning Nigerians.
So Frank,
as if we don't think, we think.
This has happened, right?
Yes, it has happened.
There's no point crying over spilled milk.
We will cry.
This has happened already. So what steps do you think?
My take on it,
what channels? What the ADC are also coming up to
my appeal. Because, like I said, Nigerians have overflogged our constitution. Constitution to me is like it has died.
Okay.
It is dead. But we can use our conscience. Mr. President,
so
can you call back these people to justice?
Frank, sorry to interject.
Okay.
Just like you say, the constitution is dead and all of
that. No, it's my opinion because
it's your opinion, of course.
We don't follow it.
It is your opinion, of course.
Yes, I'm not
disputing the facts, but the question is, what do we do to revive this constitution? That's the question.
Is to follow what the constitution says. Because see, the beauty of every nation.
And what if they don't follow what?
If you don't follow it, it will lead to anarchy. Sorry, that's the truth. When laws are not obeyed,
all right,
go to the world. You see, I read the book by Thomas Paine, Right of Man.
All right.
The strongest army on earth is not the military. It's not the military. It's the people. So I pray that our leaders should in a way obey the law of the land for people to follow suit. But for instance, when they say bail is free, if when somebody has accused you of nothing, and police will come in commando style, when you have not committed any crime, just allegation, they will force you from your house, break your door, and you can't say anything. You'll be thrown to prison. Some people are languishing in prison. Are you aware? They call it correctional center in Nigeria, but it's prison where it's like hell. So for me, leaders should obey the law. Sorry, you know what happened in US? I mean, US during as Joe Biden was leaving office. I mean, Trump was leaving office and Joe Biden was coming in. People were arrested and were prosecuted. Donald Trump was taken to court. You may say, you may ask me how long. The truth is that when leaders don't obey the law, those of us outside leadership too will not obey the law, which will cause a kind of crisis. So what we are seeing today, we have no constitutional crisis which Mr. President can amend.
All right.
He has the right to amend.
All right.
Whether good or bad, he has done something. Okay. Can we come together and say, look, Mr. President, you have done it. Can we look for a way to resolve it? It can be resolved. It's not even Persian law. The law of the Medes and Persian can also, by natural justice, can be rectified.
All right, Frank,
amended.
You've said quite a lot as regards to that. Then the ADC are still calling on the Senate's President Godswill Akpabio to also recall Senator Natasha Akpabio into the Senate following her suspension, and they are crying that this is a disregard to the democracy in Nigeria. You know, suspending Senator Natasha Akpoti, and they perceive is a sign of silencing her from our allegations as regards to sexual corruption. So what sexual harassment, I beg your pardon. What would you also make of this?
My concern is, the way like we are detectors in the part of the world.
All right.
We don't want people to express their view. Sometimes you ask somebody a question. Say, why are you doing this? It's a quick quiet. Like I went to a place last week. So when you thought he was in charge, he said, move. I said, what happened? He said, who are you to ask me a question? Yeah. I'm a human being to ask question. Why are you asking me to leave this? I should stand up. What he will say is, I will not give you money. I will not pay. I will stop your salary. Yeah.
All right.
Can we be civil? See, authority is about humility also. Not because you are in charge of everything, everyone must become slave under you. It's not true.
All right.
So for me, I put away Natasha, no matter what she has done, whether the allegation, there should be fair hearing.
Well, we'll come to that.
There should be fair hearing.
Natasha, actually.
But today is like the Senate, all of us are going for our pocket.
All right.